The Senate resolutions mentions those who identify as women, and there is nothing like that in the Equal Rights Amendment. So if you want to be inclusive, if you want to do equity, then you should follow Ruth Bader Ginsburg's advice and start over. What this resolution, besides being constitutionally, factually, and historically incorrect, amounts to is a bait and switch. Now, we know this resolution will pass because, again, in the Church of Woke, facts don't matter. But
Representative DeGraaf, please.
thank you, Madam Chair. I recommend a no vote on this resolution.
And whereas in 1920, the efforts of multiple generations culminated in the passage of the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which enfranchised all American women, to honor those women who came before 1923, I think is only fitting. I do think it is important that we recognize all of those who fought well before the ERA was even considered, because they too had efforts that sought to acknowledge and enshrine in our Constitution the rights, the unalienable rights of women.
Many of the women's rights are not being protected. And I'm talking biological women. Those rights of those women the one that impacts me the most is the right of a woman to compete in a single-sex athletic event. My daughters all competed in athletics. Many of them played on state championship teams and won. They played against other biological females with the chromosomal makeup of women.
Representative Holtorf, please tread very lightly.
Thank you, Speaker Pro-Tem, but I think it matters. We want to talk about Equal Rights Act for women. Then let's be very careful how we try to redefine what a woman is biologically, genetically, and chromosomally.
This is your second warning.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro-Tem. I'll try not to get a third because I know I'll be excused from this podium. I stand here in defense of my daughters and their future and my granddaughter's future. Because as I watched my daughters play in those games, playing against peer competitors, biological peer competitors, I know if someone wants to get into another category, but it's going to cause disparity, or it's going to unlevel the playing field, as they say, create an imbalance because of new societal norms that we want to create and make, then that is not fairness. That is not equity. And when that basketball team is playing on the field and there are height, weight, and muscular advantages, that's not fair. It's flat not fair.
Amendment L004 to SJR 23-006 and ask that it be displayed. The amendment is properly displayed. Please proceed. Thank you, Madam Chair. I vote to amend in gross joint resolution page 1, strike lines 1 through 10, page 2, strike lines 1 through 23, and substitute, whereas every woman is inherently valuable and worthy of equal protection under our laws, and whereas women have fought long and hard to have their dignity and uniqueness honored in our culture and their unalienable rights recognized within our jurisprudence, and whereas it is important to strengthen the bedrock of our most dearly held American value that all people are created equal now, therefore, page 2, strike lines 27 through 33 and substitute, that we, the members of the Colorado General Assembly, hereby encourage appropriate observances, ceremonies, and activities to commemorate the generational efforts made to enshrine the rights of women into American law, and that we extend our gratitude to those women and men who have fought for the unalienable rights of women since before America's founding, and that there are important reasons to distinguish between the sexes with respect to athletics, prisons, domestic violence shelters, restrooms, and other areas, particularly where biology, safety, and privacy are implicated, and that women, including unborn women, have protectable interest in life, health, and well-being. The Equal Rights Amendment is a proposed amendment to the U.S. Constitution designed to guarantee legal rights for all American citizens, regardless of sex. It seeks to end the legal distinctions between men and women in terms of divorce, property, employment, and other matters. Equality of rights under the law should not be denied or abridged by the U.S. or any state on account of sex. So I ask this assembly, and I want some attention, please. What is the umbrella of equal rights for women? Women in utero do not have rights. When are women allowed those rights, and who gets to decide?
I would like to actually speak for the rights of women. The statement was made, if we're gonna have an inclusive democracy, then everybody needs to be included. Well, let me give you some groups that are not. Women in the womb, they're left out. They're specifically attacked, actually. Women that disagree with liberalism, they are attacked. They're left out. They're not allowed to have the same rights. Women that believe that they are the parents of their children and should have the rights over their children, they're left out. They're not included in this new ERA move across the nation. Women that believe they can change their minds after an abortion pill, specifically have been verbalized recently that they do not have rights and they cannot have choice to change their mind. They're left out of these kind of things. So let's pull back the cover and let's see what this is really about. If all the judges and all the highest leadership in our country, if all the Democrat leaders in our country, if everybody agree that the ERA is dead and it's over and it's a 1972 rendition, then why are we revisiting this at the federal level and why are we revisiting this at the state level? Here's the truth that everyone in this room knows. This is an end run around Dobbs. This is a way to try to get abortion back into some kind of constitutional argument.